Hey y'all, and good morning. Well, it's a beautiful day here in coastal North Carolina. Our high today is 74. The wind is blowing, and it is absolutely perfect. And it's the perfect time for doing fall planting. So I'm so excited because most of these plants that we're going to be putting in our little pots for fall, I grew. So I cannot wait to show them to you because I've been kind of keeping it a little secret because I wasn't sure how they would do. But let me show you what we're going to be working with today. But first, let us take a little trip to Beaufort, North Carolina. So this was a beautiful Saturday, and we could not resist going to Beaufort and enjoying their beautiful little farmers market. So we loaded up the car and we brought Ginger along with us, and we went to their beautiful courthouse where in front of it they have their farmers market every Saturday. There were lots of different tents and booths and people selling all kinds of things. We ended up picking up some yummy beef tallow lotion, which was really cool, and it smells super good. And then we also stopped over in Morehead City to Lidl and picked up some pumpkins. So me and the girls had a great day, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys today. Okay, so let's go back to today and we'll look at my seedlings. Okay, so sorry about the wind, guys, because it's super windy today. But all of these plants I have been growing from seed since August the 13th, and they are doing so beautiful. Now, my pansies, we have to talk about those a little bit, but everything else is looking so beautiful. So I've always wanted to grow pansies from seed. So I got fresh seeds from Lowe's, and I also had ordered some from Eden Brothers. And I kind of wanted to try a couple different methods on growing them because I never grew them before. So I used my big container from Bootstrap Farmer, and then I used some little containers that everybody has access to, like little takeout containers that I added some holes into. And then I used these little cells. These are the ones from Vego. So I've kind of had a little bit of mixed results. And as the name pansy suggests, they are a little bit finicky to deal with. So what I did was added in our seed starting mix into our little containers. Then I added our seeds in, and then I covered them up with vermiculite. This one I kind of did an experiment without covering it up, but that definitely holds in a lot of the moisture. Some people say it helps to prevent algae, but I still was, got some algae on it as well. And then I covered it up with aluminum foil, and it said on the packet it would take about 14 days to germinate. Well, these took about 10. So I'm over here at my little growing bookshelf thing here, and I put these pansy seeds in these containers. It's been about 10 days, maybe 11 days now. So I want to see if anything is growing yet. I'm super excited, but I'm super nervous too because I'm afraid if I lift this and then they get exposed to light, then maybe they won't grow. But I'm super curious to see what they look like. Okay, so I kind of like pre-opened this a little bit because I didn't want to have to fumble around with it with one hand. But okay, guys, here we go. Let's see if we have anything. We do. Oh, it's so hard to see on camera. There's one. And there's one. Oh, let me get in the light a little better. These are the bigger ones here. Okay. Yes. Oh, goodness. One of those over there looks like it's gotten squished. There we go. And then this is the one. Oh, no. It was trying to get out. It was trying to go towards the light. Oh, goodness. That's so exciting. So now I can turn the lights on over here, and we can get these underneath the light. I have two sets over here. That is so exciting. Yay! So it worked. My first time growing pansies. So I peeked in there at day 10 and we had little babies coming up. And so I went ahead and removed the aluminum foil because they have to have dark to germinate. So I was very nervous about doing that, but they did come up. And then we just started growing them on. They do need lots of water. They're a little bit dry right now. I watered them yesterday, but I haven't watered them today because I didn't want them to be like so soppy wet when I was working with them. You can see we've have mixed results. They're a little floppy. I didn't have a fan on them. Probably should have had a fan on them. These were not as close to the light. These right here were set directly underneath the light because I could get them propped up high enough. This one was doing the best, and then it all started dying. So this one is probably my best one here. And then over here, this one's pretty good. And this one here. I think this one makes it a little easier to keep them moist because of the smaller cells. So I definitely think if I was doing it again, I probably wouldn't use the big cells. I would just use the smaller cells to grow them on. So that is my pansies grown by seed. Now the easiest one to grow was, my goodness, these marigolds. These are a dwarf marigold, which they say dwarf, but you know how the ones were in my veggie garden. They got huge, but they are doing so beautiful, and they even have little flowers on them, which are perfect for fall. And then a dwarf sunflower, and look at that, guys. Look how pretty that is. It kind of reminds me of a marigold. They did really good. I think I might have left one section out because there's nothing growing in that. So, oops. And then over here, coleus. This grew so good. So these came from Lowe's. This is the rainbow mix colors. And you can see, so August the 13th, and then today is October the 4th. So you can see how big they've gotten in just that little amount of time. And I grew these on the porch. Those were on the porch. These were all on the porch. And then my pansies were inside underneath the grow light so they could stay cooler because they like the cooler conditions. So that is my little seed starting that I did. And then this is one of the planters that I want to be using. So I've put fresh soil in here. This is the one that we had our New Look Dusty Miller in, and our geranium. So I went ahead and pulled those. And so I've got some of these prairie winds, desert plains grasses, which I just love. So I may do like one in the center as our centerpiece, and then maybe use some of the marigolds and the sunflowers and the coleus. I don't know. It just kind of be a little bit of a mixed bag of different ones, and we'll just see how it does. This planter is going to go in the full sun, so I want to make sure I'm not going to use any pansies in it because it's going to be too hot where we live at for them. But I think we're going to maybe go in with some of our coleus that will be really pretty, and then maybe some of our marigolds that will be really pretty, and maybe some of the dwarf sunflower, which I think will be really pretty too. And we'll just have all of these different colors and textures together, which will be really nice. So we'll see how it turns out. I think starting off with the grass first is a good idea, and then we can kind of build around that. And because it will be in the full sun, I think this will be a really nice arrangement together. Okay, so we're going to add in our grass first. This is new soil, and I'm not using any type of like fertilizer since it's going to be going into the winter. And then our coleus, they're not, they won't do good with the frost. So we'll have to pop those out once it gets really cold, but our grass will be fine. Because this grass is rated, I think through zone 9. Yeah, so we'll be good. So that's kind of how it's going to go. So let me just play with this for a little bit, and we'll come back and see what it looks like. I definitely should have went in and thinned these coleus some because they are very much bunched up around here. It was very fun growing coleus. I think I'll do that next year too. Lots of fun. Okay, so I went ahead and tried to divide up my coleus a little bit because it was all tangled together, and actually divided pretty well. The roots are very soft, so I was just really gentle with that. So we got like a little row of coleus here, and we have 2 of our little dwarf sunflowers, and then one of our marigolds. Then our Prairie Winds Desert Plains grass, some more of the coleus, and I had some little babies that I just kind of stuck here and there. And then the dwarf sunflowers, marigolds, and more of the coleus. So that is, looks like I need one right in there, but that's kind of what it's looking like. So we'll get this put in place, get it watered in, and it should be really beautiful for fall. Okay, so here it is. I think this is going to be really, really pretty. And maybe we can even get some little pumpkins to go around it, and that'll be super sweet right here on our skinny side pool garden.